Hey everyone, welcome to Debt Free by 30. I thought I'd start off the first video with answering the two questions that you probably have on your mind. First one being, why in the world start a YouTube channel? And the second one being, why am I wearing a shirt and tie? So, I moved out on my own 2 days after graduating high school. Went to Bible school in Fredericton, New Brunswick for 3 years and got a diploma in theology. Went deeply into student debt for that. And then through that, I discovered this church in Kingston that I work with called New Life Church. And I came up here to work with the young people. And when I arrived in Kingston, I realized this is great. I love what I'm doing. I love working with young people and impacting their lives. But I can't make a living doing this. What am I going to do? So I applied to Queen's. I didn't get into the Con Ed program. A little bit frustrated, looking for other options. I found the Child and Youth Worker program at St. Lawrence, which I would highly recommend if you want to become an educational assistant or work with youth. So through that, I got into the school board. I've been an educational assistant now for 3 or 4 years, and now happily married for a little over 3 years as well. And through all of that, went deeply into debt. OSAP, car loan, all the things that typical people end up taking out. And through that, I discovered Dave Ramsey, the Total Money Makeover, all of that, and became very passionate about getting out of debt, becoming debt-free before I turned 30. And just in reading and doing personal development and everything, I discovered just how sad it is that so many people go deeply into student loan debt, fall into the traps of getting a mortgage too soon, and all these things. Some people even living in their parents' house until they're 30 or 35 because they're afraid of falling into debt and they're not equipped for life on their own. So, knowing all of these things, I decided to create this YouTube channel kind of to speak to people in a similar situation to what I have been in and I am currently in. We're almost debt free. We should be by the end of June. But I just wanted to share with you my experiences, some lessons that I've learned. Certainly haven't arrived yet, but I want to share some information with you to equip you for the life that is ahead of you, because there are great things in your future, but you can be handicapped and hamstringed by massive crushing debt. And I want to help you get free from that. Lately, I've been working with the young adult class at church, and I'm excited to pour into them just the things that I've learned from the Word of God and all of that. And that's all on a spiritual front. Here on the YouTube channel, it will certainly have more of a financial spin, but of course, being a Christian, being an apostolic, walking with God, there's going to be some overlay because every part of our lives impacts one another. So I hope that you can enjoy being here in this YouTube channel. Please like, comment, subscribe. I want to add content and information into your life that can help you live the life that you are meant to live. Hey everyone, I'm back again. I realized that I didn't share everything with you that I had prepared. So as you can see here, there's been a great increase in the number of 18 to 34-year-olds who are still living at home, which I think is tragic. I mean, none of us want to go out on our own too soon and get into a crisis situation, but we should count the cost, plan, be prepared, and step out on our own. And I want to help equip you for that. The eagle, when it builds its nest, it lines it with all kinds of dander and fluff and all these things to make it comfortable for the young chicks. But as they grow older, to make them uncomfortable, to make them more motivated to get out on their own and fly, the mother eagle will start picking out those things and allowing the thorns and stuff that is in the nest to make them uncomfortable, to help them get out of the nest. And I really think parents, you should be willing to make your kids a little more uncomfortable so that they'll get out on their own. I mean, it certainly worked for me. And then as you can see here, there's been a great decrease over the years of the number of 18 to 35-year-olds who get married. And that could be partly because we've seen parents divorce and we've seen friends and all those tragic things that we see growing up. But I think if you are equipped, if you are prepared, and if you know how great of a commitment it is to step out on your own and to get married, you can have a successful marriage, and there's no need to delay that too long. And that brings us to what my goal is here, and that is to help eagles fly. I think each one of you, if you're young or old, but especially I like speaking to young people because I feel like I have more experience and I can help them more. I want to help you fly. I want to help you reach your potential in life. And that brings me to explaining why I'm wearing a shirt and tie. We live in a culture where people try to get by with the bare minimum. And it's funny, like, as I was going through school, I was working at Starbucks, and it's funny how many people complain. They just go through a routine and they don't work hard just because they know that's not their career, and they're just so caught up in their comfort in the moment, where they don't have perspective. But if we can look long term and we know that God has a will and a purpose for your life, and you have something that you can contribute to this world, to this society, where you can help people. It's not about just getting enough money and having toys when you die. Like, who cares about all that? It's about the impact that you can have on people. And you can have an impact on people if you're fixing their car, if you're teaching them, if you're doing some kind of service that we haven't even heard of yet. There's so many ways that you can contribute to this world, but you're not going to be happy if you're just chasing after money. Anyway, the reason for the shirt and tie, I don't want to just get by with the bare minimum. I want to provide excellence, especially those of us who serve God and walk with God. There is no reason we should try to get by with the bare minimum. We are called to excellence, and we need to provide excellence, not because people around us deserve it. Sometimes they disappoint us, they hurt us, all of those things, yes, certainly. And it's not because God needs us to do something, but it's vice versa. The world around us needs us to provide love and service to them, and God deserves it. Okay, God bless. Have a good day.